Okay, today is August the 4th, 2019, and this video is about 24 hours late. I promised to put a video up yesterday evening. I couldn't do that. I was busy with, family stuff. So here we are. It's Sunday night, August 4th. It's about 9 p.m. And we've had very heavy spraying once again today. Fairly easy to forecast. With the moisture field pattern flowing right into Southern California. Now, we should have had rain today. If we look at these close-up maps of the Southwest right here, we have the infrared map pulled up. We can see all this moisture from Tropical Storm Gil moving in. And that's all the moisture from Tropical Storm Gil right there. And we have a cell right here being superheated. There actually was two of them. There was one here. We're seeing the very tail end of that one right there, that ring. And then we have another one, and we can see the side blowing out of this one right there. If we take a look at the next map here, this is the Western U.S. Infrared map. And we can see here that this was blown apart several hours ago. And then we have another one right there, which is being superheated. So we had Rush Limbaugh on Hannity Thursday night, Rush Limbaugh, and he was pontificating about climate change and asserting that the Democrat Party, the Democrats, are the ones saying that we can't, or rather that we can steer hurricanes. So everybody send Rush Limbaugh a message and let him know to check out this channel. Rush is basically deaf. All of the opiate abuse over the many years ruined his hearing, and so he cannot hear very well, and maybe that's part of his problem. He's not listening to some of the videos that are available up on YouTube and various places that are showing the just the overt and obvious control of our weather. Hurricanes can be steered. Hurricanes can be killed off. Weather can, rain and precipitation can be stopped, hindered, and so forth. The jets spraying the chemtrail aerosols are real. They spray dashed lines, like we saw today over Southern California. Dashed lines. If these are, first of all, modern jet aircraft do not produce water vapor trails. That's a myth. Modern jet engines are the high bypass design, which means that most of their thrust comes from the fan on the very front of the turbofan design, and most of that airflow is ducted around the jet itself and exits out the back with the exhaust. All right, so let's contact Rush Limbaugh, everybody, and let him know that he's really out to lunch. He's off base, and he's the guy that's out in left field. The Democrats are the ones that are peddling the carbon dioxide and the carbon dioxide narrative, which is completely unfounded, and they are also peddling the global warming theory, which is false. We know that when the aerosols are sprayed, that caps the atmosphere, not only here in California, but all over the country, wherever you happen to be. I don't have the Doppler pulled up, but we see a lot of thunderstorm activity popping up here over the Four Corner states. And, Limbaugh is just really out to lunch. And so we need to contact him. We have this map is reloading. Let's try another one here. So we still see this clockwise area of high pressure. We have opportunities for rain, and these aerosols are being sprayed systematically. We know that is happening here all over the West Coast, as well as Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and out in New York. I've been to New York and Florida. They're spraying up there, out east. I've been to Alaska. Washington, Idaho, they're spraying up there. They're spraying all over the place. And the reason for that is to modify precipitation patterns and Also, the ground-based WSR 88Ds are working to actually break down and evaporate precipitation at the ground level. That is the 0 to 18,000 foot area of the atmosphere. So Rush Limbaugh needs to be straightened out. Hannity didn't say a word during his soliloquy. Limbaugh just sat there and talked for about 10 minutes straight. Hannity didn't say a word. Hannity should have said something, interrupted him, and said, well, there's plenty of evidence of weather manipulation. Rush, of course, Fox News is part of the fake news network, along with CNN and MSNBC. You can't trust anything you hear on mainstream media. It's a joke. So I'm wasting my time talking about this, but let's contact Limbaugh and at least let him know what you think about what he said, because it's the Democrat Party that is peddling the phony narratives here about, like I said, the global warming and the carbon dioxide myth, and then they have the government scientists, quote unquote scientists, that are towing the line. They're being paid to lie and peddle this narrative. And so we need to get on top of this. Rush Limbaugh's way out of line. All right, so let's take a look here at the water vapor map for the Northeast Pacific. We see some jet stream flow right here, just ramming right into some high pressure. We have a low pressure area right here. And what's happening? All of this moisture, which would normally flow into low pressure, is being blocked. Look at this. Yeah, Rush Limbaugh, the weather can't be modified? Bullshit. Okay, pardon my language, but this has just got to be straightened out. These people on the mainstream media have to be called out. They are a total fraud, and I just can't believe that Hannity, well, of course I can believe it. Sean Hannity helped cover up the greatest crime of all time, which was 9/11, September 11th, 2001. So Hannity appears to be coming around on certain aspects of reality, but letting Rush Limbaugh come on the program and pontificate for 10 minutes about what he thinks is going on or isn't going on, this guy is totally uninformed. Rush Limbaugh is totally uninformed. So once again, here we have low pressure. This is a counterclockwise spinning weather system right here. It's been squashed out, but nonetheless, we do have low pressure right there. And yet the jet stream is just mushrooming right into this area of high pressure. Let's go ahead and look at the IR map. Look at this. There is just a wall of high pressure right here blockading this low. We can see some, and look at here. There's a right angle right there. There is a sort of a rectangular feature right there that is separating this moisture here. That is peeling that off and away from this vortex. This is how they starve the vortex of moisture, is they put transmitter power right here on top of this vortex, and we get a rectangular feature. That's either from the phased array element of the antenna, or we're using a laser light. Not sure how this is being done. It's probably a microwave, high-powered coherent microwave. And so once again, we have this jet stream. We got a low pressure up here. That is being, we can see a transmitter right here, manipulating putting a pressure gradient right between the jet stream flow and that vortex. Let's go ahead and look at that. Completely separated. This water vapor map reveals a lot of clues, and this is why these maps are never shown on the fake news mainstream media. People would figure out real fast what's going on. So here once again, today's map shows we had all this moisture moving into California. We should have had rain today, folks. Rain, lots of rain. This is from Tropical Storm Gil. We had zero rain. Instead, we had about 93-degree temperatures. We had about 31% relative humidity. Currently, right now, we have 75 degrees at about 10 after 9 on Sunday night. We've got a relative humidity of 42%. The dew point is 50 degrees. And the barometer is reading 29.93 inches. Okay, so that's rising slightly. And of course, the Modus Today map, I was going to show everybody the chemtrail haze that was sprayed over our area. But look at this is the map today. They've blocked out Southern California and the entire West Coast right here. You can see that. And yesterday's map looks the same way. So we can't show you and correlate the information that I present here. That is that we have been forecasting the aerosols, the chemtrail aerosols. We routinely forecast those. It's getting old, actually, but we've been doing that. And the Modus Today map backs up that those facts. We can show you the gray haze, how that contrasts with the natural brilliant white cloud cover, which is moving in. We have this canopy of weather moving in. This is a tropical pineapple express flow. We see a low pressure right there. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We can see a low right there spinning counterclockwise, and guess what? Look at that. It's got a rectangle, a transmitter imprint right on the vortex. So they are stopping that right there. That little low pressure starting to spin is being stopped, killed off right there. There's the proof. We got a rectangular imprint right on top of this developing low, which would move right into California. So we're seeing daily how the rain, the precipitation amounts are being regulated year-round. And we see this clockwise area of high pressure, which is winding all this monsoonal moisture right up into Arizona, New Mexico. And I don't have the Doppler pulled up, but I'm sure that we're seeing getting some thunderstorm activity all through here. Let's take a look at this is the visible light map, and notice what's happening here. This is a supercell that is being targeted. I mentioned this here a few minutes ago. We had one over here that was blown apart. But look at this. You can see that it was targeted. You can see the shock waves. Let's just run this very slowly. And you can see the pressure waves right here towards the end of the loop. Right there. And right over here. And then they Photoshop over the center so you can't see the pressure waves moving out from the center of that developing weather system. Here we see the pressure waves here. Out here, the rings. See those? Let's watch this develop again. Right here is where they're going to target it. Right there. Boom. They hit it. We can already see these rings developing where they target the thing. And they superheat this, and that disrupts the lift. Then we see the photoshopping in this frame. But they don't disguise the pressure waves right here, which is the superheated water vapor expanding out radially from the center. Look at these little pressure waves. There's 2 or 3 of them right there. And there's a couple over here. And we see some more rings here. This is the beginning of the loop as the previous system was hit. So let's go ahead and just run this. You can see that unfold. Let's go back to the water vapor map. We can see the entire event. So once again, let's get a hold of Rush Limbaugh, and somebody needs to grab him by the collar, a couple of us, and bang his head up against the wall a couple of times, knock some sense into him. He's out to lunch. Okay, so here's the infrared map. We can see the side blowing out. There's the previous cell that was superheated hours ago today. And here's the next one rebuilding, and we see the sides blowing out of this one. Okay, so there it is. That's the update. We'll just leave it right here. This is the Social Media Intelligence Agency right here. These are the people that are working behind the scenes to ensure that the conservative words are kept out of public view, and that the fake news weather continues in a cartoon form and all that. There it is. Okay, we'll do another update here real soon. That's it.